Welcome once again to Real People Talk. I would like to finish my talk on asking the right questions. Why are the questions we ask important? Could it be because the questions we ask determine the quality of the life we live? Several of you here tonight are college students. You are in a most advantageous place, an institution dedicated specifically to finding answers. So take this opportunity seriously. Find those questions that will help society graduate from flat world thinking to round world thinking. Ask questions like, who are we? Where did we come from? And where do we go when we leave here? These are very important questions that actually have answers. However, let me warn you, when you ask just the right questions, you will be ostracized, scorned, and called a heretic by those who are still living on a flat world. But you will be applauded and welcomed with open arms by those who have graduated to a round world. Ultimately, you will experience a sense of personal freedom that can only be hinted at in my speech tonight. However, once personal freedom is experienced, I guarantee you will never again be satisfied with living on a flat world. So, who's in control of the questions you ask? Are you in control, or are you just along for the ride? Ask yourself, do I seek to be entertained, or do I seek to be informed? The questions you ask determine to what degree you are entertained and to what degree you are informed. Don't get me wrong, entertainment and information are both important. However, a life lived seeking only entertainment through instant gratification is a life wasted skimming the surface of a world full of fascinating answers. If you don't take the time to ask the right questions, I promise you will wake up one day, somewhere around my age, only to find that you have spent an entire life seeking entertainment. Where can I get my next beer? When can I rent my next video? What's on TV? When can I have sex again? Well, so where do we find the right questions? We can begin by examining our beliefs. Our beliefs determine the questions we ask, which in turn determine the thoughts we think, which in turn determine the life we experience. Now let me repeat that because I think it's absolutely essential that you get this. Our beliefs determine the questions we ask. The questions we ask determine the thoughts we think. The thoughts we think determine the life we experience. So, how do we determine our beliefs? One way is to look at the judgment statements we make. Carl Jung said, quote, "Everything that irritates us about others leads us to a better understanding of ourselves." End quote. Honestly look at yourself. What areas of your life are working well? What areas are not? In the areas that are not, you may be holding beliefs that are not benefiting you. So where do our beliefs come from? Well, they come from parents, society, religious leaders, political authorities, teachers, peers, TV, movies. Notice what they all have in common. They all exist outside of you. So what beliefs do you hold that are yours and yours alone? Have you noticed that we have a tendency to believe the outside world even when experience proves the outside world to be mistaken? A perfect example of this is our experience of sex compared to what we've been taught about sex. We've been taught that sex is worthy of sitcom jokes and activities performed secretly behind closed doors. Yet experience shows us that sex is the most wonderful, most exhilarating experience humanly possible. In closing, I would like to once again quote Albert Einstein. He said, quote, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery every day. Never lose holy curiosity." Well, end quote. I would like to add, never lose holy curiosity for finding the right questions, for nothing is more deceptive than a problem wrongly stated. So, thank you for being here, for listening. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful talking to you. I will see you again. You have a wonderful day, if you so choose. Good night.